All right, Chase Lehocky here with the Blue Futon doing the October Oscar predictions. I think we are now in a territory where changes won't be so drastic. We have a good guesstimation of what's going to happen. Of course, yes, there might be some twists and turns, some newer movies coming out. For example, Iron Claw, The Boy in the Boat, or The Boys in the Boat. Yeah, the George Clooney one. So there might be a couple that come out of nowhere, if you want to put it that way, but we have it on the radar. And also, Gold Derby does have the rest of the categories except for documentaries and the short films and everything like that. But let's just get started. But like I said, from here on out, I'm not expecting anything bombastically like, oh, snap, different. But of course, me being myself, I have to put a little bit of different things on here just to have everything a little bit more spicy. All right, for Best Picture, Gold Derby has Oppenheimer, Killers, On the Flower Moon, Barbie, Poor Things, Holdover, Maestro, Past Lives, Color Purple, and Anatomy of a Fall. If I read that right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And American Fiction. American Fiction has finally hopped in the top 10. Very interesting. I can tell you some of those are not my top 10. And my list is Poor Things number 1, Killers, The Flower Moon, Oppenheimer, Anatomy of a Fall, and The Holdovers are my top 5. Yes, you might be saying, where's Barbie? 1 second. 1 second. Anyway, I haven't really seen any of these, so I gotta just go with what people are saying. And Poor Things, Killers, Oppenheimer, Anatomy of a Fall, and Holdovers feels like those 5, even if you don't put Barbie in there, those 5 just feel like the most Oscar-y movies that feel like if one of those 5 don't make it, there's a red flag for sure. People might say, but Anatomy of a Fall isn't, a French film anymore for international. I don't think that matters for that one. Strong screenplay and strong actress, I think will automatically put it into this movie because every film festival apparently has been selling out of this one. This one will get a lot of votes. So I think those 5 are pretty solid. Now we go down below, and these 10 are these other 5. They could change or whatever. Number 6, Maestro. Number 7, Napoleon. Yes, you're like thinking, what are you thinking? Why are you putting Napoleon in there? Well, you know what? I thought it would be a little bit of fun to put some, what ifs in the top 10. And I think Napoleon could be a what if it does really, really good. Because apparently now Apple released, they're going to do a 4-hour extended cut. Kind of like a Snyder cut, but for Ridley Scott. I have no idea. Sometimes I get that weird thing where I can't breathe for half a second, like the smell of grass. It's the same way right now. I have no idea. Maybe someone's cutting grass outside. Number 8 is Zone of Interest. This is now dropped out of the top 10. I still put it in there because of the themes, everything going on right now in the world. I do think it has relevance, and I think the Zone of Interest will hit a lot of the older Oscar voters. So, but I mean, then you look at that, and apparently American Fiction put it up in there. Everyone who's seen American Fiction says it's a fine movie, but it's not nothing like, oh my god, kind of movie like Zone of Interest is. Of course, number 9 and 10 for me is The Iron Claw and Color Purple. The Color Purple might drop out. It's very interesting. We will see. I think he's like a new-ish time director. And Iron Claw, I'm still keeping it in there. A24 finally released the poster, and they're going to release the trailer very soon. I'm still holding out for that one for A24. A couple other A24s that could be in there, like Priscilla, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. But anyway, not a lot of things have changed in my top 10. All right, then looking at the bottom 11, I think Air is the one where it can sneak in. Air is the one, if the Color Purple doesn't do as good as what people think, I think Air can get in. Then I move Priscilla up 1. I think that is getting pretty decent buzz for what it's getting. I move May December up 1. This is another one where I think people need to still look at it. It's an actor's movie. It's an actor's movie. Yes, it might not do good in this category, but when we look in the actresses category, Natalie Portman, Julianne Moore, don't count them out. That's all I'm going to say for that. Then we have the new one of the week, or the month, The Boys in the Boat. That's the George Clooney one. Like I said, there's going to be, the 1 or 2 offs that could surprise. That one could be in it. And yes, Barbie is now in my top 15. I know. I know it's probably going to get an Oscar nomination for being a quote unquote cheerful movie, but how is that? Then we had the Bike Riders, The Boy and the Huron. Saltburn did drop 6. I feel like Saltburn has now lost the steam. I think it's too weird, decisive, so we will just leave it at that. Then we have All of Us Strangers, and then Past Lives. I'm still like, according to this, Past Lives is still number like 6 or 7. Yeah, it's number 7 now. Like I said, it's slowly dropping. It's losing that steam, but I could be wrong. But I just think Past Lives to me did nothing. Anyway, Gone is officially Ferrari, The Killer, and Hitman, because Hitman does not come out until 2024 now. All right, like I said, now we're going to get into some categories where things are not really going to change that much. And in director category, according to Gold Derby, it's Christopher Nolan, Martin Scorsese, Yorgos Lanthimos, Greta Gerwig, Jonathan Glazer. I don't have that. My top 5 are Christopher Nolan, Yorgos, Martin Scorsese, Justine Triet, and Jonathan Glazer. Here's the thing. People need to realize there's a couple categories where they go a little bit off the wall, or like, oh shit, think about Cold War. Think about even last year. Think about Beasts of the Southern Wild. There's always a movie where it's like, oh, I didn't see that coming. Here, yes, Greta Gerwig might make it in and Jonathan Glazer might get out. But there's going to be something below that's going to make it in. I think Anatomy of the Fall is going to be one of them. I that's the one I truly see making it in there. But anyway, out of that, when we keep going down, number 6, Alexander Payne for me. Number 7, Mayakaze. Number 8, Cooper. 9, Scott. And 10, Gerwig. Listen, yes, I am not on the Barbie train. And I know some people are like, how dare you not be on the Barbie train? You must be fucking crazy. No, it's just, to me, it's just a movie where it's like, it's a simple blockbuster summer movie. Nothing more, nothing less. It's janky. It's edited weird. It's all over the place. The tones are just tonally, you don't know what it's going for on some levels. I just, yes, it could be a fun, silly, goofy movie, but, you know, what do I know? What do I know? I'm just like, oh, what about Everything Ever All at Once? Those themes, like, yeah, those themes are kind of about acceptance. What's those themes about? Barbie getting a vagina? Anyway, like I said, I'm not the biggest fan. Actress, Gold Derby, we have Emma Stone, Lily Gladstone, which that's the big one change from last month. Carey Mulligan, Sandra Hüller, Fantasia Barrino. I really can't argue with those top 5, but my order goes Emma Stone, Carey Mulligan, Sandra Hüller, Lily Gladstone, Fantasia Barrino for the top 5. I think Lily Gladstone really screwed up. She would have been an automatic winner. Everyone's like, oh, she's not going to make it in it now. Emma Stone is doing more of an Oscar performance than Lily Gladstone. I heard Lily Gladstone in this movie is very monotone, which is fine, but Emma Stone is playing like an adult baby and doing very sexual stuff and doing stuff to put herself out there. Like, oh shit, Emma Stone really is doing stuff to like prove a point. And that's why I think she is going to win it. It's like a lock in my opinion. I could be completely wrong, but everyone's saying Lily Gladstone's going to bump her because of the themes of, oh, she's Native American. I just don't see that happening anymore. It's people are going to watch Poor Things and be like, oh, Emma Stone, I see you. They're going to look at Killers of the Flower Moon and be like, oh, that's a good package. That's my guess. That's just my guess. Anyway, bottom 5, like I said, 6 is Natalie Portman. Heads up for May, December. I'm sorry. This is one of the movies where it might be dwindling, but it's an actor's movie. So heads up for that one. Number 7, Margot Robbie, -1. Number 8, Carlene Spanky for Priscilla. Number 9, Annette Bening. And number 10, Greta Lee. I just, after those 10, according to Gold Derby, everything is 100 to 1. So I think this is like one of the weaker Oscar years, in my opinion, for guessing and oh shit moments. Actress, what is gone? Jessica Lange and Kate Winslet. I'm sorry. Goodbye. Because Lily Gladstone did kind of screw everyone up. A supporting actress. According to Gold Derby's top 5, we have Divine Joy Randolph, Emily Blunt, Danielle Brooks, Taraji P. Henson, Julianne Moore. Like I said, May, December is going to sneak into some of these categories. I just know it. However, that is not my top 10. I do not believe The Color Purple is going to get a double nom. My top 5 are Divine Joy Randolph, Taraji P. Henson, Emily Blunt, Julianne Moore, and Penelope Cruz. I think Ferrari's going to get in here. The Academy loves Penelope Cruz. I think she has a solid chance of getting in this top 5. Could Taraji P. Henson change for Danielle Brooks? Sure. I just don't see The Color Purple getting a double nomination. I don't see it happening. I just don't see it happening. But yeah, Divine Joy Randolph went up 3 spots. Taraji stayed. Emily Blunt went up 3 spots. Her performance is fine. Like, her getting in is kind of a weird thing for me. Like, I just saw Emily Blunt's performance. It was very monotone. You can say with Lily Gladstone. I was like, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. 4, Julianne Moore went down 1. And I did put Penelope Cruz in that top 5. I truly think I've had her in the top 10 for the longest time. She's finally cracking my top 5. Danielle Brooke has moved up 2 to my number 6. Jodie Foster, number 7. Viola Davis has moved up to number 8. Vanessa Kirby stayed. And I did add Erica Alexander from American Fiction. Like I said, these top 10 feel like anything out of those top 10 are fine. Yeah, you have maybe the Rosamund Pike of Saltburn, the America Ferrera Barbie. If that one happens, we're in a shit ton of trouble. That is not. Calm down, Chase. This is just for fun. Anyway, gone is Lily Gladstone. You guys know why she got kicked out. Actor! For this one, according to Gold Derby, the top 5 are Cillian Murphy, Leonardo DiCaprio, Bradley Cooper, Coleman Domingo, Paul Giamatti. That is not my top 5. My top 5 are Cillian Murphy, Julianne Moore, Leonardo DiCaprio, Paul Giamatti, Bradley Cooper, and Jeffrey Wright. People are thinking, what? Coleman Domingo's a lock. That's the only reason people like that movie. And that's the thing. Yes, you have some movies like last year where the actor was the only thing part of it. Here, I think Jeffrey Wright has a career more in line of nominations for the Oscar. Like, we need to give an Oscar nom to Jeffrey Wright. He's never been nominated once. Coleman Domingo, I want to say he's new to the scene, but Jeffrey Wright has a better career. I know people are like, oh, you're going that career route. It worked for Jamie Lee Curtis. It's working for more in today's day and age. So that's why I think Jeffrey Wright has a chance to get in there, and Coleman Domingo has a chance to get out. I think with Sing Sing coming out, everyone's saying it's a fantastic movie. That will be his time to shine. And I think people notice that, and they say, you know what? Because we noticed that, we're going to give it to Jeffrey Wright this year. But what the fuck do I know? Anything below the top 5, not a lot has changed. Joaquin Phoenix still there. To me, Zac Efron is still there. Coleman Domingo is still there, like I said. Andrew Scott, I had him in my top 5, but then I moved him down to number 9. And Nicolas Cage, just because I could put Nicolas Cage on the list, and you can do nothing about it. Anyway, Koji Yakusuo is out from Perfect Days. Even though I heard Perfect Days will get the Oscar nomination for Japan. So watch out for that. So maybe, but I think that has a chance of winning. That's the dark horse in my opinion. Let's go to supporting actor. All right, according to Gold Derby, the top 5 are Robert Downey Jr., Robert De Niro, Ryan Gosling, Mark Ruffalo, and William Dafoe. What am I telling you guys? Look at my OG prediction. William Dafoe was in there. William Dafoe was always in there. And look at it now. Look at it fucking now. My top 5 goes Robert Downey Jr., Mark Ruffalo, Ryan Gosling, William Dafoe, and then Robert De Niro. So the top 2 have changed. Ryan Gosling moves up 1. Dafoe moves up 1. De Niro moves down 2. Told you. I am like the only freaking person that's been on this Poor Things train to say, watch out for this movie back in April or whenever, like June. I think my first one was June. Yeah. William Dafoe's on the list. Unfortunately, Mark Ruffalo wasn't, so I'll give myself a lose there. But I've always been on the William Dafoe train. And then, oh yeah. Anyway, bottom 5 has stayed the same since last month. Charles Melton, Dominic Sessa, Matt Damon, Jeremy Allen White, and Louis Gottlieb Jr. Who else is in there that people have it? They have Coleman Domingo for Color Purple. They still have Past Lives. They have Glenn Howerton for Blackberry. I don't see that happening. I mean, like I said, there could be just crazy things that occur, but this is where I think a double nom is happening for Poor Things. All right, adapted screenplay. We have, according to Gold Derby, Killers of the Flower Moon, Oppenheimer, Poor Things, American Fiction, and Zone of Interest. I have Oppenheimer, Poor Things, Killers, American Fiction, Zone of Interest. Everything under Zone of Interest is kind of far away. Yes, you have All of Us Strangers is kind of close, but after that, you have nothing. So adapted screenplay seems like a little bit of a boring category, and that's why nothing has really changed there at all. The only thing that has changed is I switched. Nope, nothing has really changed. Killers of the Flower Moon went up 1. American Fiction went up 2. Zone of Interest went down 2. All of Us Strangers went down 1. Other than that, everything has changed. Bike Riders, Killers, Spider-Man, Color Purple, just because I just don't see anything else really getting in there. I think this is one of the easier categories to choose a 5 for. All right, original screenplay. Golden Globe Derby, Past Lives, Holdovers, Anatomy of a Fall, Barbie, Maestro. Yeah, I don't have that. I have Holdovers, Anatomy, May, December, Maestro, Barbie. The reason I only have Barbie in the top 5 is because I got to 101 odds, and I cannot say I did it for guilty reasons. If it doesn't get in, I'll be happy. And the screenplay is one of the weakest parts of the movie. I will say that. It's janky. It's all over the place. It doesn't know what it wants to say. Like the whole fascist joke is like, how is Barbie supposed to know fascist Italy love trains? How is she supposed to know that? Just stuff like that really makes no sense. But anyway, below that, Air, Saltburn, Iron Claw, Past Lives did make my top 10 finally, and Priscilla. Like I said, we're just getting to the point where I just don't see a lot of changes in some of these lower categories, especially with the screenplays. I think screenplays are kind of a lock with the top 5 for both of them, but who saw Top Gun Maverick making it in there, and who saw The Whale not making it in there? So, of course, there could be some oh shits, because Top Gun Maverick was a oh shit last year for sure. All right, cinematography. We are now in a new category you have never seen before. According to Gold Derby, Oppenheimer, Killers, Poor Things, Maestro, Zone of Interest. Those are what I have, but in a different order. I have Poor Things, Killers, Oppenheimer, Maestro, and Zone of Interest. Why do I have Killers over Oppenheimer, you might ask? I just think the landscape of Oklahoma, yes, that might be the landscape of New Mexico, but I don't know. Something about the oil spilling out looks a little bit nicer, but I could be completely wrong. But I do think those top 3 are the most solid locks. However, you look at last year, Top Gun was supposed to win, and it wasn't even freaking nominated. So there could be some oh shit moments, but when looking at the odds, after Zone of Interest, which is basically 13.5 to 1, it goes 25 to 1 for Color Purple. So, and then looking at these movies, I mean, So that's why my number 6 is actually Saltburn. When you look at the trailer, you go, yeah, it's shot pretty damn well. So can Saltburn sneak in there? Maybe. And that's not until, number 7, according to Gold Derby. Then I have Asteroid City. It's a Wes Anderson film. It could sneak in. Number 8, Barbie. 9, Anatomy of a Fall. 10, Holdovers. I just put it there because of that. Like I said, Can anatomy hop in there? It could. It could. Could the holdovers? It could. It could. Like I said, I usually are like, oh, that's an easy category. But what happened last year with Top Gun not making it? Crapshoots galore. All right, let's go to costume design. And according to Gold Derby, it's Poor Things, Barbie, Killers, Color Purple, Wonka. I do not have that. I do have Poor Things, Barbies, Killers, Wonka, Napoleon. This is where I think Napoleon will get a couple of bottom line categories. Why is not Color Purple in there? I don't know. I just feel like the Color Purple is it's kind of gonna just go that way, my opinion. So when you look at my bottom five, I do have Oppenheimer with the old look, and I have Maestro, another one of those older looking movies. Then you have the Color Purple. Then you have Priscilla, like I said, the older costumes. Then Asteroid City. According to Gold Derby, though, other ones that I don't have is Chevalier, which that's not going to get in. Or in Guardian of the Galaxy Volume 3, that's not going to get in. Why? And according to Gold Derby, though, Poor Things is above Barbie. And why I think that is actually factual is because Barbie took inspirations of older clothing. So it's not a lot of originality compared to Poor Things. And that's where I think Barbie might falter in this category. All right, film editing. Actually, I haven't done makeup yet, so that's very interesting. Film editing, according to Gold Derby, Oppenheimer, Killers, Poor Things, Holdovers, Barbie. I do not have it in that order because I feel like editing is another category where you're just like, where did that one come from? Where did that one come from? Like, I think last year, the year before, there was like 3 of them where you're just like tar editing. Like, there was a couple weird ones. So this one, I do think there's gonna be weird ones, but for me, Poor Things, Oppenheimer, Killers of the Flower Moon, Anatomy of the Fall, and American Fiction. I don't know why I chose American Fiction, but it was at 101 odds, and I do think maybe it could sneak in there. But like I said, this category, you're not. I don't think a single person can get 100 right unless there's a complete shock value of like, oh, that's very simplistic. But for my number 6 is actually Ferrari. It's a car movie. Michael Mann. Every time the car's on screen, I heard it's really, really good. So maybe that could sneak in there. For me, number 7 is Maestro. 8, The Holdovers. That's where Holdovers is coming in. 9 is Air. 10, Napoleon. Napoleon, I think, has a chance if it's edited extremely well and the fight scenes are really, really good. And I think Air is another one that could be like a tar, be like, oh shit, that just popped in there. Some people like the editing, some people don't. I kind of like the editing, but I don't have Barbie in there. Barbie's not edited in any specific, just cool way. It's just normal. I mean, yeah, they have the musical numbers, but really, is that the reason why to put this in editing? I just don't see Barbie as an editing movie. But what do I know? What the fuck do I know? Anyway, we got 2 more people. Production design. For me, it goes Gold Derby goes Barbie, Poor Things, Oppenheimer, Killers of the Flower Moon, Color Purple. I do not have that 5. It's pretty close, though. My 5 are Poor Things, Barbie, Oppenheimer, Killers of the Flower Moon, Napoleon. Did you look at the Napoleon trailer? That's a production design feat. And this is where I might be wrong, and I do have Poor Things over Barbie. But here's the thing again. Barbie had inspiration of a Barbie house, of the Barbie toys. Poor Things is all originality. And if we want to go about original, Poor Things is the original overall scope. Because when you leave Barbie world, it's very normal. The Mattel thing is very boring. You can say, yeah, that's production design to do the differences. So sure. This is where I wouldn't be mad if Barbie won. This is the one category, you heard it from the mouth, I wouldn't be mad if Barbie won. But there you go. But I do have Oppenheimer, Killers, and Napoleon. Number 6, Maestro. 7, Wonka. Even though I think the trailer's pretty trashy, I think the production design is pretty solid. 8, Asteroid City. Again, you cannot not put a Wes Anderson movie for production design, and have Zone of Interest, and then the holdovers. You know, you just got to put some other stuff in there. According to Gold Derby, though, some other stuff that creator, fuck that movie. Hated creator. And it bombed. It's gone. It's bye-bye. Last one, animated feature. We have, according to Gold Derby, Spider-Man, The Boy and the Heron, Elemental, Wish, and TMNT Mutant Mayhem. I don't have that. Chicken Run. Look out for Chicken Run. That has been in there. You know, the stop motion, Wallace and Gromit style of animation. I think that's going to get in. Mine goes Spider-Man, The Boy and the Heron, Elemental, Chicken Run, and Wish. I'm a little concerned about Wish, honestly. Saying it's 100 years in the making. It's based on the Wishing Star. And if this is the movie that's really going to start with the Wishing Star, it doesn't, Disney, don't fuck this up. Anyway, after that, to me, goes Mario for being a huge juggernaut in the box office. Then Peasants, then TMNT, then the Niemoda, Gay Prince movie, and then They Shot the Piano Player. This one, I could see The Boy and the Heron jumping Spider-Man for some reason. Because Spider-Man won the Oscar. This guy has yet to win the Oscar. So that could be my change. Is 1 and 2. Could be the change factor. But Wish is the one where I'm like, I don't know. I just hope it doesn't make an identical. The animation, and if they're really saying this is based on the Wishing Star, it's like, it doesn't look like it's the best one whatsoever for that. Ugh! The animation, and that's how you're gonna... Disney, you're really screwing up my mental state. Anyway, that is the Oscar predictions for October. A little janky this month because I had to go back and forth because shit was not right. Anyway, what do you think? Am I right, wrong? Let me know in the comments below. Chase Lehocky here with the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if things Futontopia. You Futons, have a great day. Now I don't care what you say tomorrow, week from now, month from now, year from now. I love every single freaking one of you. Peace out. Have a great life. And, seriously, from here on out, the videos are going to get shorter because changes, I just don't see changes. What changes do you see? Let me know. Seriously.